Hello everyone, First Generation Gaming here, and welcome to our review of CityState. As always guys, we look to break the game down into 10 separate categories to give you a full insight into what the game has to offer. Before we begin, let's read an introduction from the developers. CityState is a city builder and a political sandbox in which you plan, build and rule a micronation from scratch, a simulator made to challenge your political views and your governing skills no matter where you are on the political spectrum. Every decision has multiple impacts on timescales. Your state will progressively change according to your choices and skills. In CityState there is no rule, no limit, no mandatory first steps, no tech tree nor any boundary to the core gameplay, only the most pragmatic but complex economic simulator to experiment with, and in complete freedom. So what do we have to say about CityState? Let's jump right in. Graphics, 3 out of 10. In a time when low poly graphics seem to be all the rage, I find it unforgivable to see such low res graphics in any game, from the blocky map to the fuzzy buildings and bizarrely fast cars that drive up and down the roads. CityState simply looks like a game that was made 10 years ago. With extremely dated graphics, the game holds very little in visual appeal. Maybe though it can trigger some kind of nostalgia from an old title like, say, SimCity for instance. Gameplay, 8 out of 10. As with all of our reviews, we break a game down into 10 separate categories, as you know, and with the fundamental one being, of course, the gameplay. Now, I'm pleased to say CityState scores much higher in this area than how it looks. Now, from the custom map design at the start to the simple and very intuitive UI to navigate around, CityState keeps things nice, crisp and clean. With no lengthy, boring tutorial, this is a game any fan of the genre can pick up and play. The game offers a different twist, with the focus and emphasis more on the political aspects of your city as opposed to the micromanagement of your community itself. Manage the economy, immigration, stocks, imports and exports. Each decision you make will shape how your city grows and evolves. You gain a real sense of intrigue before you discover the next important decision you will have to address as the random legislation choices pop up. Overall, the gameplay is fun and rewarding. Value, 7 out of 10. The city builder genre is heavily populated enough with some exceptional releases over the years with a wide range of prices. For a budget release, CityState is great value, currently at $9.99 on Steam. Audio, 5 out of 10. The audio in CityState is somewhat scarce, from the various soundtracks that seem to sit in the background without annoying me too much, to the simple thud noises when you place a building, or the cheers of joy or despair when you make an important political decision. CityState has a subtle array of in-game sounds that work just fine, even if nothing spectacular. Content, 5 out of 10. Load up into a game of CityState and you have two choices. 1. Start a new game, or 2. Load a game. Now you think to yourself, okay, apart from the main single player campaign, there isn't anything else to do, and you would be right, but that is fine. As with many games today, there is so much content, information, tutorials, mechanics, microtransactions, dedicated servers, user created servers, the list goes on. It's cool to just load up a game and dive straight into what you've spent your money on. Yes, currently it lacks any cooperative or multiplayer modes. Maybe it would have been good to add various scenarios. As it stands, even though it lacks in content against other titles in the genre, we feel what you have is ample enough. Potential, 5 out of 10. It's hard to see what direction CityState is going to go. As mentioned, what we have is the vanilla single player mode only. We feel maybe some kind of scenario editor or user creator content could be appealing. Only time will tell if or when the game may evolve. Replayability, 6 out of 10. As the game stands, I have question marks over how long you will play CityState. Sure, it's a cool indie city builder, but with the current lack of content, I'm not sure how long the game will keep you hooked once you have grown your state on the default map. As mentioned, the possibility of added or user created content could be enough to keep you coming back for more. Social, 4 out of 10. With no multiplayer option available at launch, unfortunately you'll be playing CityState in a single player mode only. That is not to say that some kind of multiplayer choice isn't added in the future. I'm sure with enough interest, the developer will have to look into the idea. Technical, 10 out of 10. I can honestly say after many hours of gameplay, CityState is in a great state. I haven't experienced one single crash or bug. How often can we say that about a game upon release? With the game running nice and smooth, no frame rate drops or notable glitches or bugs. Great work. Developers, 8 out of 10. Alongside the gameplay category, I like to see a high score for the developers. If you have a good game as well as active, passionate developers, it's always a great start to a new release. With CityState being a one-man team, I sense real passion in his product. He's active on social media, most notably for me, Twitter. Of course, only time will tell how responsive and interested he will be when it comes to feedback and suggestions moving CityState forward, if, of course, he chooses to do so. So what do we think overall about CityState? Well, for an indie release into the city builder genre, the game has a lot of fierce competition, although this game of course offers a slightly different twist, which of course we like very much. The game is very simple to pick up and play, with an equally simple UI system, yet has deep mechanics that can have you scratching your head as you ponder your next political decision on legislation. For someone new to get into the genre, it would be hard to recommend CityState as first choice, yet on the other hand, without a hugely complex learning curve, it could be an ideal choice. Now for the seasoned Tycoon city builder, I can't recommend this game enough. What you have is a great value game to add to your collection that you will enjoy ploughing through, with only the graphics and a lack of content lowering what is a very respectable 62 out of 100. Well everyone, we hope you enjoyed First Generation Gaming's review of CityState. Please offer your support of course to my channel by liking and subscribing. We are of course a brand new channel with the sole purpose and desire in offering honest PC game reviews, breaking it down to give you a true insight into what we believe the game has to offer. Feel free to leave a comment in the section below with any game review requests you would like to see on the channel. For now, take care, enjoy, and I'll see you in my next video.